Hi, and welcome to WGTV Today. I have a guest with me today who is Miss Betsy Roseman. She is from Travel and Tourism. Welcome.
Thank you, Kim. How are you?
I'm fantastic and ready to hear about October. It's such a busy month.
It has been a busy month, and it's going to be a busy month.
Yes, for our entire community. We have so many things going on. But Betsy, you can tell us all the exciting things that happen throughout the community. You are the lead person who takes all the things that happen and funnel them to the right people, and now you're here to tell us what has happened.
Well, we had a tremendous reunion. We had the Goldsboro High School class of '62. Came in the first part of October.
Wow.
Celebrated, I guess, their 50th reunion.
Did they have a large group?
They had a very large group and lots of hotel rooms, so we were excited about that.
We always like to fill our hotel rooms.
And Goldsboro High School of Engineering.
Oh, yes.
They've had two different groups of educators, visiting educators.
The School of Engineering.
School of Engineering, I'm sorry. Have had two different groups coming in. They had one towards the end of September, and then they had one, I think, this week, of about 25 coming in to tour the School of Engineering, since it is a model program for North Carolina.
Yes, to tour their school, their curriculum, to hear how they run their program and why it is so successful as it is.
And they stay in our hotels as well, so we like that.
Absolutely we do. So tell me about, we had a big group come in that did a focal point on Seymour Johnson Air Force Base, a day in the life of an airman, and the relationship between Seymour Johnson and our community in Goldsboro. And that was Our State Magazine. We were thrilled to have them here recently. Can you tell us more about that?
Well, basically, they had done a spread on Camp Lejeune and on Fort Bragg, but they had never explored the Air Force or Goldsboro. So the editor called me and said, we'd like to set up a nice 20-page spread, and I said, sure, come on.
Spread. Wow.
So it will air, or it'll be printed in the January issue
of Our State.
Yes, Our State magazine. And you can also, if you don't subscribe, you can go to ourstate.com and pull up the article after January.
Perfect. They also have a Facebook page. Our State magazine has a Facebook page where you can find basic information. It'll lead you right back to the website.
And so they came in. We had the writer and photographers came in on October 15th, and they met with our wonderful mayor.
Yes, they did.
And they actually were on WGTV.
We had a little clip earlier, and we'll be running that again closer to the January big publication date.
And they met with several community leaders. They were very interested in the Military Affairs Committee and how the community supported the base. And the relationship between the two. So, and then on Tuesday, they spent the day with the 916th, which is the refueling fighter wing.
Yes.
And
what did they see while they were there?
Oh, geez, they saw everything. They got to see them preparing a tanker to take off. They got to go up in the air.
Oh, did they?
And have see a jet, F-15E, refueled in air.
And if you've never seen that, that is absolutely amazing. I was lucky enough to get to participate in that through Leadership Wayne County. It was a wonderful and extremely exciting.
Yeah, they were thrilled,
day and time.
You know, they got to wave to the pilots.
Of course they did. You can see their faces.
They're
that close.
Yeah,
it's amazing that they can refuel those jets that close in the air, and you, like I said, you can wave and see their facial expressions, and knowing that all this is taking place from airplane to airplane. So I know they were thrilled and amazed, just as we were.
And they met with Colonel Gregory. He is brand new. And, excuse me, Colonel Gregory Gilmore. I'm sorry. His call name is Happy Gilmore. And, and he was a delight. And Major Mann of Public Affairs and Donna Lee of Public Affairs, they were fabulous. They drugged those fellows all over everywhere. They got to see things that the average individual doesn't see. Had a wonderful experience
so
that
they really
day.
showcased the 916th.
They did.
And what they do for our military and what they do to support the 4th Fighter Wing.
And they did the ground troop, I mean, as far as the maintenance, all the way up to the pilots. So that was a great experience.
So all of 916. So how about the 4th? I hear they visited the 4th Fighter Wing as well.
That was a busy day. I think we hit the base about 6:30 that morning. And they met with one of the pilots, and he kind of took them on
a day in the life.
An average day, which starts about 7 a.m. and ends at 7 p.m. It was amazing. It was Major Moore. He was fabulous. Showed them things that, there again, no one even knows.
Right.
Got to see the helmets, which were amazing.
Really? What makes them unique?
Well, they actually have, like, on a dashboard,
Uh-huh.
they actually have that in the helmet, because if they're flying and have their heads turned watching for the enemy,
right,
they don't have to turn around and see how fast they're going or that kind of thing.
So you'll see all of this in the published edition in January. Wow, so they spent one day with the 9/16th, one day with the 4th Fighter Wing. They visited with area leaders in the military affairs and the mayor, of course.
And they met with Chief Stone with the 4th Fighter Wing, and Sergeant Tammy Moore with Public Affairs was fabulous. She's, again, spent all day with them, so we were very grateful.
So we have embedded them in our community so they
we
can
have.
learn all about the relationship between Goldsboro and Seymour Johnson Air Force Base. Well, great. We'll look forward to seeing all of that in our state magazine in January. So what else is happening in our community?
Well, we get a lot of calls for public base tours.
Okay.
Public Affairs refers them to the tourism office. So if anyone's interested in a civilian base tour, they can call our office at 734-7922. We do a tour once a month. It's usually the last Thursday of each month.
Where people can come out and tour our base. If you've never been on base before, this is a way that you can tour it and see what it's all about.
We do have to do background checks on each individual, so we have to have
Of
everyone
course, there's a
signed up
level of
about
security.
3-4 weeks in advance, but it's really a fantastic time. Takes about 4 hours.
Wonderful.
Very,
That's
very
good to know.
informative.
All right, so call Betsy if you're interested in that at the Travel and Tourism Office. So what else is happening the month of October and forward?
Well, you know, I think y'all have talked about Jazz on George
Yes, we
and
have.
the Hay Maze and Chili Cook-Off, but we have another event coming up at Close to the Noose, and that will be Saturday, October 27th, and that is Trunk or Treat. And that will be, they'll have everything from haunted hayride, werewolves, zombies, a maniac Sawyer, and I guess that's just going to scare all the little children.
Yes.
And big children. The gates will open at 5, and they'll have other activities as well. And tickets for the hayride will be sold on site and cost $2 per person. They'll also be selling pizza and drinks on site, and that will basically be a fundraiser for the foundation that's
Cliffs
going
of
to
the
be
Noose.
supporting Cliffs of the Noose.
Okay.
And you can call the park office for any information at 919-778-6234, or you can go on to ncparks.gov.
ncparks.gov. Okay, so we've got a long list of things that have happened the month of October that are going to be finishing out the month of October, and you're going to come back once a month to share what's going on in our community from the travel and tourism end of things. And we are excited about the January edition in our state magazine of the feature story of Goldsboro, North Carolina, and the relationship between Seymour Johnson Air Force Base, the day in the life of an airman.
Yes.
Thank you, Betsy. We appreciate
thank
you
you.
coming on. Is there a website people can go to visit to learn more about DGDC, about travel and tourism?
Yes, you can go to www.visitgoldsboronc.com.
Visit ncgoldsboro.com. Perfect. All right. Thank you so much. You can also go to the City of Goldsboro's Facebook page and learn more about what's happening here in our community. We share information from travel and tourism on a daily basis. Thank you. We appreciate what you do. We appreciate you sharing the information with us. We'll see you next month.
Well, thank you for having me here.
And once again, this is what's happening in your community.